Okay, hey everybody. We are about to go live with the University of South Dakota Coyotes. So we are waiting for them to join us on here, and then we will add them. So I hope you guys are having fun. Just bounced into Tennessee. Now we're going to check in the upper Midwest with the Summit League club, the University of South Dakota Coyotes, and Coach Robert Wagner. So let's hang tight and see if he can get on here, and we will add him. Okay, they're here, so I'm going to find them and send them a request. Sent them a request, and we'll get them on here in a second. Hang tight, everybody. Check out the Ghost and Ghost Advanced while we're waiting. I just sent them a request, so if they can accept it, we should be able to go live. How's everybody doing out there? Thanks for joining us. Okay, hang on. They said try again. It says waiting for you guys, so hang on. All right, let me try it again. I just sent the request. Push accept. Pais 16, can you have a bat? I don't know. All right, let's see if they can hop on here. Can you guys get on? It says waiting for SD Coyotes softball. I can cancel it and you can try and add again. I don't know what else to do. It just says waiting for you guys. Team Italy? Uh-oh, it says SD Coyotes softball unable to join. Okay, let's try it again. And then, okay. Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Perfect.
what's up, bro?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm all right. Sorry that the technical issues are a little bit above my head.
You know what, man? I've got some friends, and they're like, hey, listen, like everyone just got to settle down. It's technology. We'll make it happen. Here you are.
Awesome.
Cool. So everybody out there in Easton fast pitch world, we are honored to be joined today by Coach Robert Wagner, aka Wags, from the University of South Dakota, the Coyotes up in Vermilion. This is his fourth season as the head coach of University of South Dakota. They've increased win totals every year, doing a great job up there. I don't know if many people know, but you served 4 years in the Marines, so we, appreciate your service and want to thank you for that. First off,
Super fun.
dude, how's life up there with? You got 5 kids too, so are you having to deal with all that?
Well, it's part of it. We're in some weird times right now, and we're able to do what we got to do and have some good family time and stay safe, and at the same time, try to be a coach from home or from sneaking in the office or whatever you can do. Hopefully, we get back to some sense of normalcy soon, and we can get back to doing what we love to do outside of spending time with the family is awesome,
Yeah.
but there's other things we like to do in life as well.
I was gonna say, when's the last time you've spent time in April and May at home? Probably never.
No, it doesn't happen. I mean, the cycle, the calendar that we're used to has just been non-existent, and it's just you know, uh, catching up on a lot of those honeydews and getting a lot of things done around the house. And at the same time, still trying to, build a program and do what we can do remotely.
That's right. So let's tell everyone a little bit about, I'm going to tell them about where you've kind of been. So you've been coaching for a long time. You bring a really strong track record of winning, and you've got a lot of knowledge from the past, decade or so coaching. So you spent 8 years as an assistant and as the associate head coach at Arizona State, and you won 2 College World Series championships. So bringing that to Vermilion, how do you try and how do you bring a new culture of winning into South Dakota? I mean, it's got to be fun building that thing up there.
Well, I think that, your experiences are going to obviously, help you with where you want to go. And I've been lucky enough to coach at some big schools and some big programs, but I also have some roots in the junior college level. And I started out, my first year of coaching was high school, and I've done a little club ball. So I've coached at every level, both on the softball and the baseball side. And so, you know, it doesn't matter the level you're coaching. It's all the same, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to build. It's just, you're trying to bring in a new culture and a new system, and you're trying to bring in the right people that you can surround yourself on staff and as players. And, it really hasn't changed from, the 2-year JUCO level to, the big time, playing on TV all the time to, a mid-major. The goals are the same and things don't change, but it's always a grind. It's always work, and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about, South Dakota softball and this season. So you guys, obviously, it's fun to talk to you because you're in a different area than anyone we've talked to so far. You get a lot of crazy weather up there in the high plains. I know I spoke with you earlier, and you had like a month where you were in Arizona. So you guys play an extensive road schedule every year before the weather, kind of gets better in the Dakotas. How do you mentally prepare the team for travel like that?
That's a good question, BK. I'm still working on that because, as we talked about some of my other stops, and, we weren't dealing with those types of issues. We were staying at home and playing a lot of those games. So, we're still, it's a work in progress as far as the travel goes. But, our team, our players, they love to go out and play in cool places and travel and visit places they haven't been before. And they're really fortunate to play in cool stadiums. And, we try to mix it up. We don't go to the same places every year so that they get to see different parts of the country and different parts of softball. But, my roots are in Arizona, and we do have a lot of players from the state of Arizona. So we typically go back there for spring break. We have every year since I've been here. And we were also fortunate enough to do a spring training stint this year for a week. So I think that I could add it up, but in my first year, here's a good example. We played 22 games in Arizona and 12 games in South Dakota. So that's our home.
Hey, listen, I was doing some prep work getting ready for this, and here's the numbers. Check this out. So 4 seasons that you've been there. Guess how many home games you've played?
I would say probably about 40. Well, this year we played none, so I wouldn't
That's
say
right.
we didn't get home this year at all. Our season ended before we got a chance to play our home schedule. So I would say probably about 35.
Yeah, 30. So you've played 30 home games. So I mean, you're finding a player who's ready to grind, to get out there,
Yeah,
get on that warpath, and go win some games on the road.
yeah,
And I looked at your roster, your recruiting. You've got players from all over the place. You've got them from the South. You got them from Arizona, Washington, California, Nevada, Canada, all over the place. And I would imagine it's kind of fun as a player to get on the road, see the new places, and then get to play in front of your own family. And then back to this season, you didn't get to play a home game. So season's cut short. What is the message that you had to send to your girls? Because they're all over, and it's hard to stay connected. How do you do that? How do you keep them motivated?
Well, I think that this year is a year like none other, obviously. Typically in the summer, we just kind of leave them alone. We check in with them once in a while and maybe send an optional workout plan and let them kind of recharge their batteries and get ready for the grind again. Typically, we have a nice fall season, and then we, have a long spring, and there is a lot of travel involved, and we've been fortunate enough to play postseason. So it is a long season, but this year things got cut short. And so we were looking at it and we are like, they're going to have like a 7-month summer unless we, change the
Yeah.
way we do business. So we've been having more meetings on Zoom. We've been reaching out more via text and group me's, and giving them some things to think about when they're at home, whether it's some readings or some drills to do, or we've been trying to connect as a team and not even talk about softball, just see how everyone's doing and
Sure.
see what everyone's doing and check in. So it is a little bit different than we're used to. Like I said, the calendar is different, and so we're just navigating this the best we can. But we're just trying to stay checked in with the team, and at the same time, maybe do things better than we did in the past, because maybe that wasn't the best thing, and the best approach would just let them have the summer off. Maybe we should check in more often and see how they're doing and give them a little more guidance and direction, while at the same time they still do have time away and an opportunity to recharge their batteries.
Interesting stuff, because this may change the way that coaching kind of happens in the future. You mentioned that you give, you were doing some readings, educating, probably learning about softball or the mental side. Can you share some of that stuff with the kids out there watching? Like, what should they be like? What should they read? What should they watch? What should they try and improve on?
Well, I just think that a lot of the players coming into college have done a really good job in developing their physical skills, but there's a whole mental side of the game that they don't really approach, and so I think it's good for all of us to kind of dive in and find ways to educate ourselves and to become better on the mental side. Um, I'm old school guy, so I got a lot of the Dorfman stuff and the Carl Kuehl stuff. Their first book together was Mental Game of Baseball, and so they've come out with some individual works, and so anything by those two guys is good. But there's a lot of other people out there. Just do the research. You don't even have to have the book. I talk to a lot of people. They don't really read books anymore, so there's a lot of things on the internet, on YouTube, that you can just kind of Google and search. But even talking to people, just talk to older players, talk to coaches, ask questions. But the mental side of it is a grind, and I just feel like that's the one part that's a little underdeveloped in the youth game.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, and that's what I think everybody needs to learn, is this is a game of failure. I mean, shoot, when you can hit a ball 3 out of 10 times and get a hit that puts you in the Hall of Fame, you lose a lot in softball and baseball. So that's good stuff right there. So everyone out there, work on that mental side of things. Let's talk about the school for a second. Anyone who has not been to Vermilion, which is probably a lot of people, they should get on the site, check it out. It's a beautiful looking campus.
Yep.
You got a really nice field out there, Nygaard Field, that I know you've done a lot of improvements to while you've been there. And you've got a really sweet dome to practice in when you got a blizzard rolling through town. So tell a little bit about the school and the softball facilities.
Well, from an educational standpoint, we have most majors that anyone's looking for. We have over 200 undergrad degrees. We're open to any degree that anybody wants to choose. Sometimes it's still difficult, but we're able to work through it. That's from nursing to teaching to in any kind of the hyper or physical education type degrees. We have it all. It's there. We do have a law school. We do have a medical school, and so it is the flagship university in the state. People don't even really know, and I was guilty of it as well before I came here, where it is. We're in the complete southeast corner of the state. We're 2 hours north of Omaha, Nebraska, and 1 hour south of Sioux Falls. So we're right there in the corner. We're about 30 miles from Iowa and Nebraska, and Minnesota is a rock throws away as well. So right there in the heartland, right there in the Midwest. And you talked a little bit about our roster, about people coming from everywhere. I had never recruited the Midwest, so it's been a work in progress, kind of getting to know the players in the area and the coaches in the area. And I think that in the future we'll always dabble everywhere, but I think you'll see a more concerted effort to bring in more Midwest kids. So back to the campus, the athletic facilities. As with the rest of the campus, there's a lot of money going into new buildings and into refurbishment of older buildings. Our dome just went under a $30 million renovation. and it's actually still in progress. It's supposed to be ready by season, so hopefully football season kicks off on time, and the public gets a chance to see that.
Cool.
But we do have a chance to practice in there, and we can play full games in there, and so we're able to train and do the things we need to do when we can't get outside, because occasionally the weather does get a little rough to play some softball. So typically the falls are nice, the spring is nice, the summer is nice, but there is a winter, and we're lucky that we're pretty far south. We do have some Canadians, but we're not in Canada, and so we're able to get outside and train pretty much all fall. Since I've been here, we haven't canceled a home game. So our conference, we played the whole schedule outside, and so there's a lot of people that don't really understand, and I just encourage you to come on a visit and take a look, and as I did, you'll fall in love with the place once you get here.
I would agree. I think everybody out there should go take a look at your website, take a look at the South Dakota Coyote softball program. Wags does a great job out there, takes the team on a nationwide tour every year, gets a lot of experience. Hey, man, we love having you on Team Easton with us. Thanks for joining us today. Stay ready, stay safe. Last words?
No, I just appreciate you having me. It's been an awesome partnership. I know that we were in our first year of that, and I hope that it's a long time thing that we can keep rolling, and you guys keep improving, and we keep improving, and we just kick butt.
Let's go. Stay ready. Thanks
Go
for
Yokes.
joining us today, Wags.
Thank you, BK.
See you, man.
Nicole's trying to call.